how do I make money on the road as a full-time RVer? Well, I can tell you it has changed over the years. 4.5 years ago when I got on the road, I had a business I was promoting and I wrote a book about the topic, and it is just so visionary that people are having a hard time shifting from lack mindset into abundance mindset when it comes to funding nonprofits. So I put that book on the back burner, even though there's a 6-foot image of it on the side of my RV. And over the last little over a year, I've been doing something called work camping and really enjoyed doing that. I have worked at RV resorts. I have worked at, I did the potato harvest in Idaho, which was very interesting. I have been a tour guide in a cave, a place in Texas called Cave Without a Name. I went down 129 steps and back up 129 4 times a day, bringing folks down and teaching them about how a cave gets created. So that was really interesting. So I've had a lot of different experiences, and now being the entrepreneur that I am, and the wanting the independence and having the ability to set my own schedule and be my own boss again, because that's what I've been doing since I was 8 years old, selling gum to other kids for a profit. I have stepped into the industry of field inspections, also known as loss control inspector, going to residents and commercial properties when someone is getting insurance for their property or their business, or whether it's a business verification that different companies want to verify that a business is actually where the person says it is for a loan, etc. You know, checking to make sure that restaurants that sell alcohol have their liquor license properly on the wall, and that all of their employees have taken tests to be liquor responsible, all that kind of fun stuff. Now, I've never been in this industry before. However, I was in real estate for 20 years, give or take, on and off, as a real estate agent. I did House Hunters back in the day, a couple of episodes on HGTV. So I do have that background, and working with lots of investors and being a part of Real Estate Investor Association and blah, blah, blah. So looking at property, understanding property types, roof types, what is HVAC, all that kind of fun stuff, calling people and making appointments and showing up and being professional and giving a good handshake and all that is something I've actually taught. My first book, Mingle to Millions, The Art and Science of Building Business Relationships, was about just that very thing. So I am now in this industry, and I don't know if you've heard of something called human design, but I highly recommend people learn what your human design is, because for me, as a manifester with a 3-5 profile, and I don't expect you to understand what that means, but I learned about 5 years ago when I delved into human design that one of the things I'm here on this planet for is to go out and do things, take a few steps into it, sniff it out, try it out, taste it, smell it, learn about it, and then be able to teach people how to do it. So all these different industries and jobs and relationships and apartments and places that I moved to, all these different experiences are actually what I'm here to do. So instead of being kind of weird for myself about trying all these different things and worrying about what people think, why doesn't she stick with this, that, or the other thing, or that person, or that place? I'm not supposed to. I don't want to. I like learning new things. I like sticking my toe in a different pond, if you will, learning about it, deciding, taking a little taste of this ice cream and that ice cream and this place and this industry. So now that I am playing in the field inspection realm, I have gotten the holy grail of the right companies to work for And I've hired a mentor, because if you want to do something right and do it, learn about it faster, find someone who's already done that which you're wanting to do and learn from their mistakes. And there's a saying about that a wise man or woman or person learns from other people's mistakes. Now, I'll go out and make plenty of them myself, always have, and that's really how you learn. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not doing things wrong and learning why that was wrong so that you can do it right, it's because you're not trying. You're not expanding your horizons, as it were. So, the more I fail forward, the more I learn, and the more I can show you how it works. So, this is National Field Service Directory. There are about 80 to 100 companies in here that I can get business from, and I don't have any affiliation with them as far as getting any referral fees or affiliate fees. This is just a great example of a whole bunch of companies, and these are all my notes and all my highlights of all these companies, because I went through this book a couple of weeks ago after I highlighted and found all the ones that are in my area, because not all of them are in your state or your city, but it's pretty clear which ones are. I had this company create a resume for me that is absolutely beautiful. They did a great job with that. So out of this 100 companies, let's just say there's 100, I sent about 50 emails to the ones that seem to hit my criteria. And about 2 weeks ago, I sent my resume and just a nice note and sent it to all the email addresses that were in this directory. And within about a week, I was communicating with about 10 of them. And out of those 10, within 10 days or so, I got my first assignment. And it's commercial, and it's at a hotel, and it happens to be not even a mile from where I'm at right now. So, when you're looking into field services, get the Holy Grail. This is from Richard Law. It is, if you go to, it's Sophie, which is SoFi. Just look up Field Inspections, I think, is .com. Anyway, it is SoFi. Anywho, get your directory, and you have to have a professional appearance even before you meet people. So have a nice resume. Short money to have them do this. You can do it yourself, but I don't want to have to figure that stuff out. So now that I've got some assignments, I've also hired a mentor. Short money to hire a mentor. I've invested probably $400,000 in all of my learning and walking on fire with Tony Robbins and learning scripting and body language and personality styles and how to handle objections and all this kind of stuff. So I know that when I want to do something, I hire somebody who's already done it so that they can teach me how to get off the ground fast. So I'm working with a mentor, and I just want to take you with me on my little journey as I go through this. My mentor actually talks about how she makes $100 an hour. I'm not anticipating doing that right off the bat, but you know what? If I'm making $25 an hour, it's better than any regular job that is going to tell me when to come in, when I can go potty, when to go to lunch, when to take time off. And I can do this part-time, in the morning. I'm driving my motorcycle, so I want to do it before it gets too hot, right? So come along with me on the journey, and I will continue to show you how I make money on the road as an RVer.